one's called Feel the Wrath, and it has words.
Feel the rap. Feel the rap. Rap, 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 rap. Rap.
3, 2, 1. Recording in progress.
Progress.
Welcome to Feel the Wrath.
Yes, feel it.
Feel the wrath. What are you doing, bro?
I just woke up from a little nap.
Oh,
One
hell
day
yeah.
at work.
Hell yeah. You worked this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it cold out there yet?
It's not bad. It's actually been pretty warm.
Oh, really?
Indian summer going on.
Right. But I mean, what's the mornings like?
Yeah, it's down in the 30s.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's cold.
Hell yeah. So, for those that don't know, this is Billy Ganley. He was the original bassist for, one of the original bassists for Plutocracy. Grew up with him in Redwood City. Just going to go through this. He now lives in Carson City, Nevada, about 3 or 4 miles from my parents, where my parents live now. So,
Yep.
But, so that's why he has a hoodie on, because he's freezing. I'm just fucking with you. All right, so we'll start with the normal freaking. You
Not
sipping
like
on
it's still a
anything?
little nappy times.
It's all good. What are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on what do we got here? Some revision out of Sparks, Nevada,
Hell yeah.
called the Boogie Bus. It's a Northeast style hazy IPA, and it's
Oh,
about to be cracked, son.
Nice. I got Old Milwaukee non-alc.
Good on you, kid.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
still on the wagon, huh? That's awesome.
Hey, almost 11 months.
Fuck yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
All right, so let's start with the normal questions. So, where were you born?
Redwood, Kaiser Hospital,
Hell yeah.
Veterans Boulevard.
Hell yeah. That's 3 out of 4 that we've had on here. So,
I'm
or
pretty
4 out of
sure.
5.
What's it been? Zach, it's been Jesse, Thomas, Leif.
I think
Yeah.
no. Well, Jesse was born down in Visalia, but
Oh yeah, that's
hella,
right.
it's still hella people at that Kaiser.
Yeah, right.
That's
Pumped
dope.
out a bunch of hood rats.
What area, Redwood?
West side, mostly like over by Red Morton, dude.
Okay, the
Over
same
by
place,
you.
same spot.
No, we moved through a bunch of different spots, man. We were on Sanchez, we were on Redwood Ave, we were on St. Francis.
Okay,
We lived in Colorado for about a year. There,
Yeah.
my mom moved out there and was hanging out with some dude, and
okay.
we lived in Colorado for a bit.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then what schools did you go to?
I went to Roosevelt, Kennedy, and then Sequoia.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so what friends did you roll with like early?
Early was like not early, but like Mark Ricketts, Sean Shade, Jesse, Kindred. I met Clint fucking Baker because he wanted to whoop my ass.
Really?
Yeah, him and Daniel Ricketts followed me home one day, and they were just walking behind me talking shit. That's basically how we got to know each other. But it was funny because they were like, the only reason I'm not going to kick your ass because your brother's crazy.
That's funny.
And then Clint and I ended up being really good friends. And then that's how the whole social outcast thing started.
Hell yeah. And social outcast was what?
What's that?
Social outcast was what?
That's kind of around the time when we all met Kindred at Kennedy. That's where we met Stinko.
Okay.
I met him at Kennedy.
Uh-huh.
It was we were like the two young only kids there fucking wearing metal shirts, and it was me, Kindo, and remember that video 2000?
Yeah.
There in the Roosevelt Plaza, there was a kid. his name was Minnie Wang, and his dad owned the fucking video store. But dude was it was basically us three hanging out, and homeboy used to protect us all the time. He was like badass at taekwondo, and
Oh wow.
like big packs of Mexican cats would come and fuck with me and Kindred. And dude, I remember one time he roundhoused this fool in the yard. Dude, it was awesome. It was
Oh shit.
And then they never messed with us anymore.
Hell yeah.
Because Minnie Wang was no joke.
That was the video store right there at Roosevelt Plaza.
Yeah, Video 2000.
Yeah. Hell
Yeah.
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 That's awesome.
Classic.
Oh yeah. So what are your earliest memories of music? Like, what got you into music in the first place?
My parents, basically, just being in the front room, listening, my dad listening to vinyl, blasting it. My uncle Gary, he was a guitar player, way into music. He's the one that gave me my first bass, Fender Mustang. So yeah, I would say that's about how it came through there.
And then like, who started playing first? Was it you or your brother?
Pat. He was playing, way before me. His first guitar, he made it was just a piece of wood that he like cut out and made, like, it wasn't a guitar, it was just a piece of wood, and then he painted it like Eddie Van Halen's guitar, that red one with all the slashes on it. But yeah, Pat most definitely was playing way before me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was always a bassist. Did he play with a regular guitar or?
No, Pat always played guitar.
Okay.
He didn't play bass.
Oh, okay.
He could, but
right.
He was always a guitarist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what drew you to become or to play bass?
I would say, I guess it was a little bit easier to learn.
Uh-huh.
And my uncle had one. He's like, "You want a bass?" And I was like, "I'll take it." Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just went from there,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. And then for people that don't know, well, they should know that Pat Ganley was your brother, and he played guitar, right?
Yep.
In Mortal Fate.
Yep.
So there's a lot of different brothers in Plutocracy and Mortal Fate. So
yeah, the brother band.
Exactly. But yeah. And then, so obviously you said Pat started playing guitar or whatever. Did you start going to his shows before you started, getting into Plutocracy?
No, that wasn't happening yet.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, my mom was a cop, so
Right.
she kind of had me on lockdown in those younger days. Even through high school, when I lived with her at home, it was kind of, how it is when you live with your parents, their way or the highway, so.
Right.
She let me do some stuff. She most definitely kept me from some stuff that really pissed me off, like touring, because obviously we were like 15, 16 years old when we started Plutocracy. So
totally.
It was kind of hard to be like, "Oh, Mom, I'm going to Modesto to go play with the meat shits," kind of
Exactly.
So, but the rest of the guys, they had their parents were I'm not saying my mom wasn't cool, but
right.
They were way more easygoing, so yeah, we started really young, as you guys know, you know the routine.
Totally. And then, so Plutocracy was your first band?
Yeah, we're Social Outcasts and then Plutocracy.
Okay.
I wouldn't Social Outcasts, we're just a bunch of fucking stoners playing in the basement, making
Totally. And then, there was a couple people before you. How did you get in the mix?
Mike Long was the first bass player, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if he was. I know he was the first bass player for Plutocracy, and we were all in that circle and I'm pretty sure Kindred met Max at Mid Penn, and we were all still going to, or no, Kindred was at Sequoia for a while, and then he went there, but somehow we met Max, or he met Max, and so I just started going to their practices with them, and they knew I had a bass, and I guess Long wasn't cutting it, or I don't know the whole spiel. I was just happy to be there listening to those guys jam out.
Right.
And they asked me if I wanted to play. Like the whole thing started coming about. Like I was just a little bit before Thomas,
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure I'd already met Thomas through Immortal Fate, and those guys were already jamming, and I'm pretty sure that's how I met Thomas, was
Okay.
through the Perez brothers and my brother playing in Immortal Fate.
Right. And then do you remember your first show?
I'm pretty sure my first show was at the Pony with the Meat Shits, dude.
Really?
Or no, RKL. No, I'm so blown out, dude. I don't remember a lot of that stuff, dude. It's been a long time. I should know that stuff because it was such a fun time being that young and seeing all the cool bands and playing with some cool bands, I know it wasn't that Green Day show where they stole Max's fucking drum seat.
Right.
One of those old Pony Express shows. And then the only show I got to do traveling, was that Modesto show in that barn with the Meat Shits.
Okay. And what'd you think of those fools?
Dude, those dudes were a trip, man. Such a trip. Weirdos.
Oh, that's funny.
But funny at the time, it was just like 40 songs on an album, and
totally.
Just the titles of the songs were so silly. I won't get into those on the
and we were all hella young too, dude, at the same time.
Totally, dude, like super young. When did we meet?
What's that?
When did we meet?
It had to be probably at Jesse's.
It was Jesse.
It had to be, because I mean we all skated, and that's how I met just about everybody, is from Jesse's ramp.
Yeah.
Jesse and and Weapon.
Yeah, Cortez.
We'd go over there all the time and then hang out, and then you guys started playing in the basement and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's how I met Max as well, as through Jesse. And
right, because that's how we met Max, was through, because Max was big time skater. I think he still is, and he would always be over at the ramp. That's right.
Totally.
Putting it together, Carl. You haven't been smoking the reefer, huh?
Hella. And then we became good friends. We had a big ass posse that we used to roll with everywhere. And then we started hanging out a lot in my garage.
Oh yeah.
Listen to Kev on the drum every Sunday.
Yeah.
We get off late. We all come to my house and fucking
the fumes. Your brother getting tagged out upstairs because we were smoking about an ounce a night of Bammer weed.
Yeah, Kenner he'd get that shit from Rudy and bring that shit over.
Oh my god.
We had bongs, we had pipes, we had
gas mask.
Yeah. My parents didn't give a shit though, because they wanted us at my house and they didn't want us getting arrested or nothing, so they didn't say anything.
No, your parents were always super cool, dude. That was smart of them, because we could have got in some shit. Those were some pretty crazy times, man. Fools weren't playing around back then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we used to go to East Palo Alto to go get alcohol before we were 21. And during that year, that was the murder capital of the USA. And we were all the naive little kids with fucking long hair and hats and shit, bumping out IMP, rolling up to these fucking liquor stores where we could have got fucking jacked. We could have got shot just for being stupid. We, went up in there one time, we went in, we got like $200 worth of fucking alcohol. Like we got so much shit, went up to the counter And this dude, you know, these dudes roll up and they got Jerry curls with hats and shit. They're looking like fools from fucking NWA. And they put their shit down by us. And they're like, that fool's gonna pay. And we're all looking like, I guess we're paying. And the fucking dude behind the counter, this is at Shop and Go. The dude behind the counter like grabs a bat, fucking slams it on the counter and goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" And he goes, "What?" And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" They ain't paying shit because he's like, "Dude, I'm about to make $200 right here."
Right?
And he's like, "Nah, get the fuck out of here!" And we're like, "Oh." And the dude fucking bounced. We're like, "Oh shit! I hope he's not outside the fucking door, dude." You know, but we fucking got our shit. We ran to the fucking ride and mashed out. Like that was all.
Yeah,
bad.
Shop and Go was no joke, dude. I remember Immortal Fate jammed out in that public storage, just like a couple 100 yards down the road there on East Bayshore. And my quick story of Shop and Go was I went down there. We were just down there watching Immortal Fate practice, and I forget who I went down there with. I might even have went solo, dude. And so I'm like trying to time it all perfect, like so there's no one there, so I don't get fucked with. And I roll in, no one's there. Grab the 40, put it on the table. As soon as I set it down on the counter there, I hear like just this bass start slamming, boom, boom. I'm like, fuck. And dude, true story, man. They pull up right in the front. This older dude gets out, and then a kid that was probably, I mean, I was only 50. He was younger than me, dude. And long story short, this kid grabs the 40 out of my hand and lifts his shirt up. He got a 9 or some kind of gun in his waist. He's like, "I want your jacket. I want your shoes. I want it all." And I fucking looked left and right and just said, "Fuck it." And I took off running because I was already outside the door a little bit and started running. Remember, to the right, there was that parking lot. It was all fucked up and all messed up. And I ate shit, dude. And they just sat there and laughed at me. But yeah, that's my Shop and Go story.
Hey, at least you didn't get shot.
Yeah, I was scared. I don't think I ever went back there after that.
That's a good reason.
Yeah.
But we got hella stories. The one story I wanted to bring up, because I know some of the kids that we, you know, all of us know this story, but you know, I told it to a few other people and they kind of side-eyed me. It was just a weird story. But so all of us, our little crew, used to go up to this place called the Sandstones. Yeah. And you know, the Sandstones were up off Skyline, up you know, up Woodside or whatever, up Black Mountain Road. I'm not sure who found it. It might have been Dan. He always finds that kind of shit.
Yeah, he was like the explorer guy.
Exactly. But we'd go up there at night, and so you would park basically on Skyline, and then you have to walk across the road and you walk up this fucking hill or whatever. So there's, you know, and then you had a couple paths you had to go through in the dark to fucking go up there. And then so there was like this dilapidated house that was fucking basically abandoned that we explored in, whatever. And there was like this, it was like plexiglass, like colored plexiglass.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Sean Shea decided to fucking snap a piece off, and he fucking cut his hand wide open.
That's
and
right.
He had to wrap it up, and I think we had to leave that time. But there, you know, and a lot of times we'd go up there and the one person would have a flashlight. There'd be like 12, 15 of us all fucking bumping, you know, we'd be all drunk by the time we even got there.
Yeah.
But this one time we were going through this trail. I think one person had a flashlight, and we got to the top of this hill. And at the top of this hill, there was a road that went down. You had all these old cars that we found that were lined up all the way down the hill. And I mean, it was just like a weird, like horror movie type shit where it was just, you had 40 Fords, you had like just, you know, old school muscle cars all down this road lined up. And at the bottom of this hill, you had this garage that was basically a steel structure garage. So we're looking and shit. And back then I had a bug. And so we're, me and Dan were looking for little 44 taillights to fucking put on our bugs, whatever. So we're like, hey, let's go down there. And so it was me, Dan, you.
Yeah.
I could swear it had to be Sean Shade.
I think Zoomer was there.
Zoomer was there.
I think so.
And then Kindred wasn't with us because I believe we met up with him after our little debacle at the fucking garage.
Yeah.
So we walk down, we're looking around, whatever, and we see this garage. So we open it up and fucking we go inside. Somebody hit the lights, and there's just all these like cars taken apart. There's a Hemi motor in there. There's like a really classic Corvette that's being built or whatnot. So we're fucking around in there, and all of a sudden we hear a fucking chainsaw.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit. And fucking there. So we went in through one door, and there was an exit door that was on the other side. And fucking all of us like looked at each other like, oh fuck. And like, dude, we fucking bounced. So we go through this door and into the woods. And I don't think anybody had a flashlight after that. I think we just fucking barreled through the forest. And it was, I don't know who got fucking poison oak or whatever, but this is what I remember. So we're going, we fucking finally find a trail. We'd have no flashlight, but there's a big ass moon. And all of a sudden, through the other side of the trail, we see Kindred with like somebody else, and he's got a flashlight. And we're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So it was just a crazy story. So about a month later, me and Dan and somebody else go up there to go see if we can find parts for this car. We're like, oh shit, we found the cars or whatever. So we go up there and we take the same trail, but this is during the day. And we get up to the top of that hill. And this is a month after this has happened. All the cars are gone.
Yeah.
Not one hubcap, not one fucking piece of glass. All that shit is gone. Down at the bottom, the garage that was a steel structure, all that steel structure is gone. Everything from the garage is gone except for the foundation.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the fuck?
Like overnight, basically.
Yeah, like, oh shit, they found it. We got to get all this shit out of here. But it was just like, and no, we weren't on acid. No, we weren't on fucking heavy drugs. It was.
Do you remember when we found that? I remember, like you said, coming to the top of that hill and just being like, it was like a sea of cars in the middle of the woods, and we were just like, what the fuck is this?
Totally.
That was, crazy. It was crazy. That whole area was. I want to go back there and check that out, dude. We did so much mushrooms and acid out there in those caves and stuff, dude. Oh my god.
I mean, and we used to go into the sandstone structures and like go in those fucking little caves and shit and drink.
Yeah.
So what I think Dan, he went, I don't know, fucking 15 years ago. And he said that like, you can't even get up there anymore. Like they either fence it off or something.
I could see on that.
Because we probably fucked all that shit up. That's why.
It's probably, yeah, we used to have like fires inside of them and shit.
Stupid shit.
Yeah. I'm sure it's some kind of fucking park now, or I mean, it was then, but like you can't get into the street. Like we were inside of like some prehistoric stuff, partying hard, dude.
Taking bong hits and shit.
Yeah.
But and then so one more thing about that. So when the Blair Witch Project movie came out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be some bullshit, whatever, right? So I watch it, and it fucking, that memory of us being in that garage and having to run through the woods and shit with no light, that movie fucked me up. I watched that shit, I'm like, and that automatically came to my mind. I'm like, oh fuck, because we heard a fucking chainsaw.
Dude, I will never forget that either, dude. I oh my god, that was like, I thought we were dead, dude.
Totally. Somehow we got away.
Fucking chainsaw, dude, and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? And all that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we were all screaming, dude.
Yeah, like little bitches. It's a chainsaw, homeboy. Fuck it. But yeah, we had to bring that one up. But yeah, so after that, let's see. So after Plutocracy, you were like, what did you do after Plutocracy? Were you in other bands or anything in Redwood?
No. Basically, those dudes let me go, and Dan, the man, went in there and slayed it.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of just moved on, dude. Finished high school. I really wanted to finish high school and graduate and, you know, do that. My brother didn't graduate, and I didn't want to let my folks down. And
Right.
then I tried to go to CSM and do college and all that stuff. And then was just, you know, got a job up in Daly City for his tow service, and did that for a while. And shit started going downhill, dude. We got into some heavy drugs, and then I moved out to Manteca with my dad. And then I moved to the mountains. I had to get up out of there, dude. Like, it was crazy. I remembered my last house, or the last scene I lived in before I moved to Manteca was I lived with Bones and Sean Shade, and we were on a heavy we were chasing the dragon, kid. And it was bad. It was bad. I remember the final straw was Bones started firing off a gun in the apartment, like shooting through the walls, and it was crazy, dude. And it was time to go, and it needed to happen, and I'm glad it did, because it changed my life for the best, you know. So it was a good thing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so when you got to Mammoth, did you automatically, you know, you went straight to working at Mammoth, or?
Well, it was me and Mark Ricketts, and we were like, oh, let's just go to a ski resort for a season. So we went to Squaw Valley and checked it out. And then we were like, let's go check out this Mammoth Mountain place, and drove down there, and we were like, this is the spot right here. And yeah, we were there, only supposed to be there for 6 months, and dude, I never left.
That's cool.
I mean, I did eventually, but I was there for, I don't know, 21 years.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then how did you get to the, sorry, go ahead.
So to answer your question, I basically went straight to working for the mountain.
Okay.
I think I started making snow, and was doing snow removal, like running loaders and all that stuff. And then got into the whole snowcat thing, and then started building snow half pipes for a long time. That was kind of my niche for a long time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so on a typical year, how many days would you say you snowboarded?
Fuck, dude. At least 200.
Fuck. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, maybe not that much. I mean, what was the season? Mammoth has the longest season than pretty much any resort in North America. It was the early days. It was a lot of snowboarding, dude. Well over 100 days.
Damn.
Big years, long years, probably 200 days. Yeah.
Sick. And then in the summertime, you got into mountain biking.
Yeah, I was big into that. I did some mountain bike racing.
Sick.
At work for the mountain building, the mountain bike park and stuff. Yeah, I love that place, man. It's I think about it all the time. We didn't want to move. I mean, we love it here in Carson. It's got everything we need. You know, we can be Lake Tahoe in 15 minutes.
Right.
But Mammoth it will always be my I'll always have a big heart for it, you know.
Totally.
So
yeah, that's cool. I've only been out there during a summer, you know, just because I was camping out near Lee Vining.
Uh-huh.
But I've only driven by and driven into the parking lot there.
Right.
And then like said, oh, took pictures and then left. Like,
yeah.
I've never boarded out that way, unfortunately. But
it's a big mountain. It gets a lot of snow. It's you know, as you can, you know, it's high in elevation, so it gets a lot of snow.
Right. And then, so what made you go to Carson?
Um, we were just over it. We were, I wouldn't say over it. We were looking for a place to buy, and the place is so expensive, dude. And it's like you're on an island, you know, like to go get anything you need. There's like one hardware store, one grocery store. There's 3 lights in the whole town, you know, so it's, I think the whole town is a square mile.
Holy shit.
So it was very secluded. I mean, you'd have to go drive an hour to Bishop or drive up here to Carson City to get anything.
Wow.
Which made it nice because you were kind of like out there and you didn't really worry about anything else. But
Right.
when the fucking next storm was coming through, or what recreation you had to do that day, you know.
Sure.
And it kept me very healthy, and I met a ton of amazing people, and my beautiful wife. She's over there. Yeah, dude, it was a big part of my life, and it went by like that, dude. It was like, I was like, damn, I'm almost 50, dude.
Oh,
I just turned 47 November 1st, and I'm like, where did the time go, dude?
yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, a lot of good times. I met all those boys in the whole Valdur thing, and
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up.
yeah.
So, hold on, my fucking water heater makes hella noise. So
It's all good. Man, you gotta wait. You need to get some organization going, bro.
what?
You're a busy man. I know you are.
Hella. Yeah, well, I mean, I got shit to put it on. Whatever.
Is that your lab right there? Are you dwelling in the lab right now?
No, yeah, I'm in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just a rack with a bunch of shit on it. Hey, but I know where everything is.
No, that's good. That's good. You should see my fucking garage. I'm just talking shit.
I know. So when like how did Valdur come about? Like how did you meet those cats and how did it come about?
I met Matt, the drummer, just through mutual friends. And he had known about, like, he obviously been a metalhead for a long time and into obscure music, and he knew who Plutocracy was, and he tripped out on that. And then basically I had a bass, which sucks. I'm gonna touch on that one real quick. It was like the bass I had for Plutocracy, which really meant a lot to me because it recorded a lot of that earlier Plutocracy stuff, and it went on tour with Autopsy when Freeway was playing bass for him. I let him Freeway borrow the bass, and they had like taken under the frets and put like an Autopsy sticker, and so it was like kind of an iconic bass. Long story short, all my vinyl, all my CDs, that bass, the like pipe broke in the garage underneath the house and destroyed everything, dude.
Oh, fuck.
And but that was kind of off subject. I just had to touch on that real quick. Basically met Matt and this other guy, Zach Yates, and we started. It was obviously a super garage band. We weren't doing anything, and then we started taking it serious. And this kid Thor from Zach ended up leaving. We got this kid from Norway, Thor, to start playing guitar. He basically learned how to play guitar while playing in Valdur, and we met these guys from LA through mutual people, and they were in this band called Lightning Swords of Death. And our first show we ever played was in LA with this other band called Knock Mystium, a bunch of hipsters who I never really liked, but it was kind of a iconic first show for us. And dude, we ended up doing taking it really serious, you know. We ended up doing a bunch of tours across the United States. We put out a bunch of albums. It's, you know, if anyone does know who Valdur is or has listened to him, like we made a little bit of a name for ourselves, you know. We got sponsored by Jägermeister. We got to play at fucking Shoreline Amphitheater with all kinds of crazy, you know, we did a lot of cool stuff, played with a lot of cool bands. And unfortunately, I mean, we're not done. Those guys are still, the last album Valdur did, I wasn't on it. They did the bass on it, and which it wasn't a big deal, or it was just me not being around to do it or taking the time to do it. And they're working on stuff right now. So everybody's all over the place. Our guitarist is in, Thor was out of the game. We've had like 3 or 4 guitar players. It's always been basically me and Matt the whole time, and we've had 4 guitar players throughout the whole thing. And our last guitar player that we did all the stuff, we went on the last tour, excuse me, with Deathgrave. He moved to back to Michigan. He was from Michigan, so I'm not really the kind of guy that, I like to play live and I like to practice live and make music together. I'm not really a like do it over the computer guy, you know. So I've been kind of out of the game for a year or so, year or two. They want me to play bass, but I'm not really, you know. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I want to start another kind of doomy band with Matt. Obviously, he's a fucking ridiculous drummer. And I don't know, just find another guitar player that wants to start a whole new thing. You know?
Leif.
Yeah, totally. Leif, for sure.
Leif's out there in Reno.
He's right here, dude. He's right here. I still haven't hung out with him. I feel bad. I want to go check out his pizza spot and see the guy. You know.
Well, next time I'm out there, we'll all hook up at the same time.
Yeah, we should go out, go up to Reno, dude, and go to this place you'll love. I mean, if you're drinking, then what are you doing with the drinking? Are you just gonna take a year off or what?
Yeah, I mean, I can keep this going forever now. I mean, it's, you know,
it's easy, huh?
I love it. I mean, it's, I feel good. I fucking, you know, I'm not as grumpy because I don't get hangovers anymore, you know. And my life doesn't revolve around it anymore. You know, it would be like I have to go to the liquor store and get a fucking, you know, 40 or a fucking 6-pack like Friday night and get fucking faded, and then Saturday faded, and then watch football and get faded, and then go to work on Monday, and Monday and Tuesday just feel like absolute dog shit. Like that doesn't happen anymore. So, you know, so I'd rather just smoke and fucking.
That's where I'm at too, dude. I still like my, you know, tequila. And I don't drink that much beer, man. You know.
Right.
But I do like to puff on that mota. I'll tell you that.
Thank dads for life. For real.
That's the only thing that keeps me sane, bro. That's the only thing that keeps me sane.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just I tried so many times to do it, and this time it actually stuck. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep it going. But you know, a lot of these breweries now, they have these non-alc beers. So, you know, so I have this fucking Old Milwaukee bullshit that I'm drinking right now, which is non-alc. But also, you know, after this, I got an oatmeal stout non-alc. It tastes exactly like non-alc. It tastes exactly like oatmeal stout.
They make everything now. And
they have a hazy that I got last week. It tastes exactly the same. It just doesn't get you fucked up.
Yeah, because easier said than done, dude. Like we've been swilling for a long time, you know, and yeah, I can only imagine, like, you know, just going. You pretty much went cold turkey too, right?
Yep. But it was something that needed to happen. But
yeah, no, I mean I feel you, dude, and you got kids and you got a lot on your plate, bro. You know, like holding down the fort.
Hell,
real man, you know.
But so back to the music. So you last time I was there, you were talking about maybe making a studio at your on your property. You still about that or?
Yeah, it's in the works. Obviously, we're trying to spruce up the house, get the equity going on the house, but there's gonna be a fair sized jam room in the back here. You know, as you know, we got plenty of room here, and yeah, recording jam zone where everybody can come up. You know, people can hang out, camp out, stay at the house. I was trying to get I was telling Greg Wilkerson, I was like, dude, come up, just get out of the bay and you could just build a studio in my backyard, dude. And or it, kind of the same thing in the same line as I was going on. And I just would love to have it, man. It would be amazing, and it's gonna happen.
Fuck yeah.
Just we could get Franco up here and fucking and just intertwine, dude, intermingle and make a bunch of sick music, dude. In the backyard and not have to worry about shit, stare at the mountains and
totally
in the swimming pool and fucking chill,
Fuck yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I never want to, obviously never gonna give up on music, dude. I've obviously taken a little hiatus here, but I think about it every day, dude. I think about like, I still pick the bass up and jam out, but I was so used to living in Mammoth and being able to drive 2 minutes to the jam room and just being able to play for so long, every day. And since I moved here, it's kind of fell off a little bit, but that's going to change.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
With that gender reveal, kid.
Yeah, that's in the works. We'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah. That's in between me and Frank.
Oh, exactly. You guys would be like, "Oh shit, that's sick," but
yeah.
I don't know how many minutes this thing goes. Like it's supposed to cut off at like 40 minutes, so we're not in a rush. And if it does cut off, then we'll get back on. But you were very excited last night about we were talking music and throwing YouTube videos back at each other. So
yeah,
get to this top 5, fool.
Oh man,
what's your top 5 albums of all time?
I'm gonna. And that's such a, it's such a hard, there's so many other albums. This is just off the dome and kind of like what I've been tripping on lately. Yeah. The first one's Immortal Fate, beautiful. And it not just because it was my brother's band and the Perez brothers and everyone. That fucking album, dude, for the time was pretty much the most brutal fucking album out, dude, in death metal. If you ask me,
Yeah.
Even with the European stuff, like that was some hard shit. The standout song would probably be Love Battery, or Healer.
Sick.
I love that album. Super brutal. The second one would be a band out of Greece called I'm sure I've sent you their shit a million times all drunk. Dead Congregation. The album's Graves of the Archangels, and the standout song is called Voices. Those guys are fucking I just love them. They're super brutal, and their music stands out.
Where they're from again?
They're from Greece.
Greece. Okay. Sick.
Third album, I've been tripping on this one lately. I always do. With the Cro-Mags, Age of the Quarrel.
Yeah.
The standout song, Malfunction. I really like that one. The vocals are a trip. The fucking Harley Flanagan's bass, like his fills on the bass. He's him and Frank are my 2 favorite bass players. just how they work the fills and are always doing something, you know, no matter what's going on in the music. That one stands out. Fourth one, not so much the album Zuma, but Neil Young, and the song is called Cortez the Killer. There's something about the song that just grabs me, the intro to it with that classic Neil Young, just, you know, jamming on the guitar for, you know, 3-4 minutes before the vocals even start, and just his vocals behind it, you know, like basically talking about how Cortez came to what is Mexico, but you know, where the Incans and the Mayans were, and basically just turned them into slaves, and they were such beautiful, happy people, and the Spaniards came and just basically turned them to slaves. And you know, it's a sad story, but a beautiful song, you know. And then I was, after my little rant and raving last night, I was lit up last night, kid, if you couldn't tell. Was gonna be Big L, but Big L Lifestyles of the Dangerous, but I switched it up to IMP. I always loved them. Back in the Days is the album, and my favorite song is Living Reckless, Driving Fast.
Fuck yeah.
That was the stuff, man, you know.
Dude, so I got a story about that. So me, you, and Chris B, we were at Chris B's house, and we were chilling in his room, and he had that tape, and he gave it to you. He gave you that tape, the fucking Back in the Days. It was that, basically that demo tape. And it was like 3 songs on one side, 2 on another, or whatever. But I remember that day, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude, like, so sad. All that shit, dude's gone, man. I had so much, not a ton, but a lot of vinyl and old music that went to shit, which sucks. But I do remember that, and I remember Chris B. How's that dude doing?
It's good. He's in Colorado.
Nice.
He's been there for quite a long time too. But I talk to him from time to time.
That's cool. Tell him
I want to get him on this too. He was there the whole time we were fucking all up into this shit too.
Yeah, no, he was right there the whole time.
No.
How about Steve?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Weapon. He's gonna be on this for sure.
Nice.
I've known him since I was 4.
Yeah, you guys are like, yeah, way go.
I mean, you know, he's one of my longest time homeboys. So, you know, but last week he was feeling pretty ill. So we're gonna try to get him on. And it might not be a video thing, but you know, we'll get him on because we got a lot of stories together. You know, we gotta say something.
Dude, all that shit was crazy, dude. And you, yeah, like you said, you guys go way back.
Totally. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I love doing this, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback from a lot of people to continue this. And it's just super fun to be able to talk to people like you and other people that, you know, don't get to see all the time, and, you know, and fucking go back with memories and shit and laugh about shit. And
no, you're on the right track, dude. This is what you're doing is amazing, dude.
Thank you.
I've watched all of them, and you know, on that note, it was like I haven't seen Jesse in so fucking long, and I was like, oh, give me that fool's number. I still feel bad, Jesse. I will call you. I promise. I miss you, buddy. But that was cool, you know. It's all gonna come full circle. What you're doing is great. You've always been good at that, and
thank you.
I think it's awesome, Cart.
Okay.
Really.
But cool, man. Well, thank you, Billy. Appreciate your time.
Of course, man.
Well, this season I will come up there. We got to ride it. I don't think we've ever rode in fucking. We're almost 50 and we've never ridden together. It's fucking stupid. I've been riding for 30 years. You've been riding probably for the same amount. But you know, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, dude. I'm still in the ski industry. I'm working at Mount Rose, so come up. I'll get you some tickets, and we'll go shred that shit.
Fuck yeah. So right on, man. I appreciate it. We'll fucking keep in touch for sure.
Yeah, Curly, thanks a lot, man. And well, I'll be seeing you this winter for sure.
Oh yeah, right on. All right,
All right, brother.
peace.
Peace.